Welcome everyone. Today we're going to break down the 11 most important charts on Solana so you can get your 100x in 2025. Just before I start, I'm going to open my own private group eventually for traders only. And if you want to get access, please start using the link down below on Axiom and start trading and leaving your limit orders. Now, we have no time to waste. Let's get to the charts. Firstly, Popcat. I've been mentioning Popcat a lot. I told you guys to buy. This was the entire area to buy between 200 and also 86. This was the accumulation zone for Popcat. The major resistance, which is around 220, has now become support. And I literally told you guys to leave a limit order at 219. I think it was on the previous show. And look, it came in a touch 290. It went just slightly below, maybe a touch 280. This is a high liquidity coin, okay? 8.4 million. So all of you guys could have entered Popcat at support. And I told you, this is where you buy. I told you guys, don't buy this breakout because it's likely going to come and retouch support. Support is holding. As long as support holds, the next level is going to be 629 million. So again, from here, if you want to get 150, maybe if it comes a little bit closer to support, 160, maximum 180% trade Popcat. Popcat will start leading the on-chain season on Solana, one of the most important meme coin charts. Then we have Fog. What we're seeing on Fog is higher lows being formed for the first time in a long time. This was support. It held here, and it was also support here. The structure got broken and we came and we touched this 23 million level. I didn't think it was a good time to buy at 23. Look, the support became resistance and now the support is resistance again. What we need to see on Fog is the same thing we saw on Popcat. A break above this level and then it probably retouches. Once this resistance becomes support again, as it did all throughout February and March of 2025, I think that's when it's a little bit safer to buy Fog. That's what I'm seeing scenario one. And then we can go and touch that 90 million market cap level. And then we can go and touch on Fog that 155 million market cap level. Remember, these coins are the ones where you have a higher chance of winning. The lower cap stuff, I will talk about those as well. They are important. You can trade momentum, but trades like Popcat, like Fog, like Whiff, they will eventually come back. And this is where you can park a little bit more money and have a higher degree of certainty that these charts can actually come back because they have very big communities. So shout out to the Fog community. I know you guys can make this coin come back. Then we have a very important chart. I'm literally the only guy talking about it. And I think it's a good buy here. It's called 𝗘𝗫𝗙𝗏. This is a DeFi RWA coin and you trade RWAs, all that kind of stuff. But what matters here is the charts. The charts are telling us it's a good time to buy. That same structure I'm always talking about. This is the trend line support, okay? It touched once, twice, and now 3 times. And it's holding. So what's the next level? You know, where can I sell this? This is going to be an obvious resistance level. And then after that, there's not really going to be any resistance all the way until the top. So 40 million market cap. From this support level, what I'm seeing is until the first resistance, 90% pump. You can take some profits there or take the initials there. And then what I'm seeing is a 3.5x to the top. If you want a good trade, a good 3.5x, I think this might be it, okay? 𝗘𝗫𝗙𝗏. Very important. This is a utility coin. We're not just trading meme coins here. We'll trade anything. It's still holding up very nicely. If it breaks below this, you can sell. It's not as volatile as a lot of these newer meme coins. This is looking like a very good trade, okay? Pay attention to 𝗘𝗫𝗙𝗏. So we've entered some 𝗘𝗫𝗏. The chart is looking nice. And then you can come here and say sell, limit sell, and you can put exactly the amount of Solana you want to sell at which level. And so you can be quite chill because you might be sleeping when this level hits and then, oh my gosh, I missed the level. With Axiom, you don't miss any of these things. The link is down in the description. I think this is the best terminal to trade on Solana and you need to start using it. But that's what I'm seeing on 𝗘𝗫𝗏. 21.7, 21.6 as the first resistance level. A good place to set a limit order to sell some of your 𝗘𝗫𝗏. Then also very important, been talking about this one since these levels, okay? Major support line. Then the resistance got broken and now the resistance became support. So what we're seeing here is higher and higher lows on spinning cat, okay? After Popcat might be the most important cat meme coin on all of crypto. 7 million market cap, holding very nicely, very big meme. The normies love it. This is, I think, a good buy at this level, okay? At 7.25. But I did tell you guys, I thought it was gonna come and touch 5 and it did. It came below and it did touch 5 and I told everyone to leave limit orders here below this 6.3 support line because in those days Bitcoin was so negative that I thought, yeah, it's gonna go a little bit below that support line. And it did. This is the major accumulation range for spinning cat, but now it's over. Now you have to buy a little bit higher. You have to buy at 7 million. If you get lucky, you might still get a retouch of support, so maybe 6.5, but I think it's a good buy at 7. So now with our fibs placed, there's also going to be some resistance here at 26. I think this is the major resistance line because it's a little bit above the all-time high candle close. These were just spikes this is where we're going to encounter resistance. And then after that, I think the major take profit for something like Spinning Cat is going to be 40 million market cap. And I do think this coin will go there with a high degree of certainty. So what we're talking here is a 468% trade. So let's just say a 5.5x on Spinning Cat, decent liquidity, banger meme. This could become one of the biggest memes in the next Memecoin 2.0 leg. And I do think it's a good buy here. So what do you want? Do you want to get your more certain, obvious 5x on something like Spinning Cat? Or do you want to just gamble all of your money on 100k market cap brand new pairs on Memescope or on Axiom? It's up to you, but I do think the majority of your money should be on these mid to high level market cap meme coin. Then we have Housecoin. This is what I was saying. This level is very important. As long as support holds, as long as this remains as resistance, this is the accumulation zone for Housecoin. This is the most important level. I think it's a good buy here because I think we might see here a higher low being formed. It went a little bit below and it regained that very important level. And it's now touching support at 7 to 8 million market cap. Once this actually gets broken, if we see this and this becomes support, that's when we are kind of sure it's going to go to all-time highs. So let me plot some fibs to see how high this can go. What the fibs are telling us is the next major resistance is going to be 32 million market cap for Housecoin once the resistance around here and here gets broken. Okay, there's going to be some resistance at 21 to 18 million market cap. There's going to be some resistance to break this all-time high level. Once that happens, once this becomes support, which is now resistance, which was previous support here, and here, we're going to go to 30 million market cap, 32 million to be more precise on Housecoin. That's what the fibs are telling us. The chart on Housecoin still looks good. If this support holds, the structure is maintained and Housecoin is still mega bullish. Then we have Ħalċ. Okay, when it comes to Ħalċ or ALC, as some people like to say it, we still haven't hit our first main level. There, I told you guys there will be some resistance here. Look, resistance, and now resistance again at 130, 140 million market cap. But once this resistance gets broken, the major resistance is going to be 150 million market cap. Ħalċ is going there very soon. The next level after that is going to be 300 million market cap. That's what the fib lines are telling us. That 1.6 fib line extension is telling us that's the next level. And so here's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing it coming here, breaking out. It's going to encounter resistance here. This is a fib level at 200 million market cap. From 190 to 200 million market cap, there will be some resistance because this was the previous top, and then a retouch. And once this fib line and this resistance of 150 becomes support, we are ready, I think, to go to 300 million market cap. Yes, 300 million market cap on Ħalċ. It's listed everywhere. It's listed on Bybit, all the mid-tier exchanges. I think Ħalċ is incredibly bullish, and lucky for you guys, I've been talking about it since right here. But that's where we're gonna go, 300 million market cap as the premier target. Then we have a lower market cap coin, okay, 1.5 million market cap. I told you guys, good time to buy 𝗵𝗵𝗵𝗵 is at this support level, which was slightly below 1 million market cap. Previously, I said if this doesn't hold, yeah, we're gonna go lower, but I told you guys, don't buy. If you didn't buy and you waited for this entire structure to be formed, you could be more sure at a third or fourth touch that 800, 900k was a good buy. Now this previous support became resistance, support 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, now resistance. Once this gets broken, the next level of resistance is going to be between 4.5 and 4.1. Once this gets broken, I mean, there's really no resistance until 10 million market cap, until all-time highs. That's what I'm seeing on 𝗵𝗵𝗵𝗵. But a retouch of the support is possible, so go on Axiom, leave a limit order if you're looking to enter 𝗵𝗵𝗵𝗵 around 1 million market cap, okay? That would be the perfect entry. The price can still dip one more time before it breaks this resistance. So the perfect entry would still be the support line. So if you're looking to enter 𝗵𝗵𝗵𝗵𝗵, leave a limit order on Axiom, the link down below. Now, one of my favorites, I love these guys, AWR. As I told you, this is resistance at 3.4 million market cap. Look, resistance got touched, and then it came back to the support line, which I drew. Look, perfectly. Look at it here. Perfectly drawn here. This was also previous resistance. I think it's gonna break. The likelihood of a retouch is high. And then, my friends, 10 million market cap. I really believe there's not gonna be any resistance on AWR from 3 to 10 million. And then it will go higher. This is one of the most underrated communities on all of crypto. I've been telling you guys about AWR since 800k. Okay? I told you. AWR all will retire. This has so much potential. Murad is following these guys, okay? Pay attention to AWR. You could have already gotten yourself a 4x. I gave you guys a free 4x. I told you guys exactly where the resistance would be. You could have sold your initials here to perfection, and you could still have a moon back for the 10 million market cap. What are you doing, okay? Once again, here on CoinTalk, the whole thing about this is me giving you guys alpha. I just want to give. Then we have 𝗘𝗫𝗖𝗙𝗪𝗏. big meme. It came out of nowhere. Look at this. It spiked all the way to 7 million and then it made a new all-time high at 8 million. We are getting lower volume. I think the place to accumulate this, the perfect place, is between 3.5 and 3 million. This is the perfect place. Once again, go on Axiom and leave a limit order. And also you're going to be able to join my private eventually. Look at this trend line, okay? Another place where you can accumulate if this trend line keeps holding is a little bit higher, but right here at 4 million market cap. There's a chance that this trend line that got touched 3 times gets touched a 4th time and it resists and the price keeps doing this. That's one scenario. Another scenario is it breaks a little bit below, comes here, gets people scared, and then this becomes support again. The worst case scenario for something like 𝗘𝗫𝗏𝗏 is 1.5 right here. Look, support here, resistance here, resistance here, resistance here, and resistance previously. Okay, worst case scenario. The thing is, this meme is huge IRL, huge. I'm seeing people on Insta post stuff about this. Okay, I'm seeing boomers posting about this meme. So I do think 4 million is a good place, and I would leave some limit orders stacked on Axiom between 3, 3.5, and 3.4. So what I'm saying is good places to put limit orders right here at 4, which is that upwards trend line, and then another one to accumulate a little bit deeper in case it goes there into that major support line, which is 3.5 million. These two levels are big levels to accumulate. I wouldn't just buy it here. I would just wait for that 4 million touch and 3.5 million touch. Then my friends, we have 𝗘𝗫𝗖𝗙𝗪𝗏. We were talking about 𝗘𝗫𝗪𝗏 previously. Major resistance. I was talking about it before this got broken. This candle here is a winter mute candle, I think. They nuked the price, but it came right to support. This is why if you like a coin, you always leave a limit order at support. Always, okay? You're gonna hear me about limit orders all the time. You should have left limit order close to this support line, okay? Several stacked. You would have scooped a ton of this and you could have gotten yourself a 370%, okay? A 4.5x minimum on this trade. You could have gone from yesterday a 4.5x if you had like limit order stacked at support. Even if you buy here with confidence and you think it's not going to go lower, always leave some Solana left. Always leave it for the worst case scenario. Even on 𝗘𝗫𝗏𝗏, a whale might dump 100k, 200k, and you might scoop that 1.5 million market cap level. So always leave these limit orders. The reason why 𝗘𝗫𝗪𝗏 pumped is because sadly Pope Francis died. I refuse to buy these Pope Francis meme coins. I think it's disgusting, honestly, but the major target for 𝗘𝗫𝗪𝗏 is still 50 million market cap, 52 to be more precise, right here. And I do think it's going to go there. We just have to be patient. We don't need winter mute. We don't need any of these market makers. A good meme is a good meme. Then we have GCATs, 𝗘𝗫𝗥𝗧𝗏. The artists that are working on this are very good, okay? They're very good artists. I saw something related to Gary V as well. Anyways, the place to accumulate is here, 1.87. This is where you leave your limit orders in case, you know, the price comes, touches this again. It touched 1 time, 2 times. Usually we always see a 3rd time. So this is where you leave your limit order when it comes to GCATs. 3 million market cap. No one's talking about this except for me. I think this one has potential. And there's really no resistance until an all-time high. So I think the next resistance is going to be that obvious 5 million market cap level. 4.55 is the resistance, but I think it spikes to like 5 million and then, you know, it comes back down possibly to this level where we're at right now, because look, resistance here, major resistance here. And so I think that's what we see. A touch of these lows again, a 3rd time. This is a pattern. We saw on SAC, we saw on Alt, we saw on a bunch of coins, okay? 1 times, 2 times, 3 times, and then 5 million as an all-time high. But this is where I would leave my limit order, okay? I'd rather wait and buy here. Or the second likelihood is it keeps going higher, this becomes resistance, the price stays here until it breaches the all-time high. But I do still think you should leave a limit order here. 1.7, leave another one at 1.9, 2 million market cap even. Price can come here before it touches new all-time highs on 𝗘𝗫𝗪𝗏𝗏. Very interesting. Finally, let's talk about 𝗍. 𝗍 isn't that. It's just in this previous support and also previous major support, which was a little bit below 100k. It's just marinating there. I don't think it's that. I think it can still pump. It can still come alive. This thing, if it pumps 1 million, this thing can become support again, then begin do higher and higher lows. I don't think it's that yet, okay? Not completely that. So if you guys want to trade like a small market cap coin below 1 million market cap, I still think this one can still revive and it's still good. But anyways, this was it. I hope you have enjoyed this show. There's going to be tons of alpha. I think this is going to be a very volatile, very important week. Stay tuned. Click on the link down below, please, and start trading on Axiom. Join my private eventually, but you need to start using my links on Axiom. And then stay tuned, because tomorrow there's going to be more alpha, more charts, and there's so many things that we need to talk about. This month is going to be very important for crypto, very volatile. See you tomorrow.